Flawless victory.
Hey, there we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are out there. Welcome back to the live stream. My name is Jeff Fritz.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
Yes, greetings indeed. How's it going out there, chat room? I forgot I turned on that. There we go. My goodness, today is what day is today? Today is February 12th, 2020. We're going to write a little bit of code today. Chat room, my goodness. Hello, hello. DJ Vortex is here. Gareth Hubble. Kabazi, hello, hello. Smab and Stelzy, how's it going? Walsh Ronaldo, good morning to Fritz and Friends with a little bit of robot with the sunglasses there. Very nice. You like the shadow? Thank you. Confission, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night. Stardate 2020. After countless hours of debugging a build in Docker, you do not, if you need to do npm install when not running in Docker, you need to do it in Docker. Yes, you do. Everything needs to be there. How's it going? Webface CA, Eternal Dev Coder, Libman, that's another good one. You love the shadow puppets? Walsh Ronaldo, yes. Chris Jones, hello. Musical Bookworm, good morning. DD Walsh is here. Wait, Donut Free Bellevue? What? What? Donut free? That cannot be. My goodness. Good to see you, my friend. Unhip Coder. Hello, hello. Kate's is here. Yes, I'm back. I'm back. How's it going, chat room? So, we've got a couple things that have happened here over the past day or two. I want to talk to you about, we filed some bug reports. I've got some feedback on one of those. They're asking for just a little bit of next level, a little more communication. So we'll follow up on that. But first,
Gareth Hubble just resubscribed for 20 months. Thank you for the fun streams and generosity.
Well, thank you so much, Gareth. I really appreciate that. And we're going to make another donation to code.org. It is a sad day in Bellevue without donuts. Can we just take a moment and reflect on donut-free Bellevue and our friend Dee, who's toiling without sustenance. Brian Lagunas is here. Good to see you, my friend. Hello, hello. Whose turn was it to acquire the donuts, Hugo? Hugo says, who should we Who do we need to put the hot pokers to? Who do we need to correct? Smab's going to wear his Microsoft Geek T-shirt to match me. Oh, there you go. And I've got my Tony Stark Industries here. Yeah, the moment of silence for Donuts in Bellevue. It's such a shame. We are 6 followers away from our next sticker giveaway here. Check that out, 95.94. We get across that, we'll give away another set of stickers here. I've got a trip scheduled to the post office to give away backpacks, sticker packs. I've got a Code Party hat that the whole team signed, including that DD Walsh. We're sending that out as well. I've got to get this done probably Friday morning, and we'll see what happens there. So I want to follow up to start off with the showing the conclusion of that process, the trouble ticket that we opened, the bug report around the Test Explorer in Visual Studio, right? This is that test runner that runs inside of Visual Studio and tells you and helps you run all the tests as you're building and writing code. And we've been using it with the Razor component testing library successfully, very successfully, might I add, to run all of our tests on the Blazor WebFormsComponents, right? So that's that great library we've been working on that's going to help. Yeah, that's going to help folks be able to migrate their apps from WebForms, hopefully, to Blazor, at least if they're using the standard components. Other components from other vendors, hopefully we'll have enough of a groundwork laid that they can follow a similar pattern. So we're going to come back around. We're going to work on our TreeView. I think we're about ready to release another preview version of the components, and we can evaluate and figure out where the next component is we're going to go work on. Confession, you like today's hat? Well, thank you. Maybe we should clarify for the non-locals or those who are not in the know. Bellevue is Bellevue, Washington. Correct. Yes. Bellevue, Washington, just outside of Seattle. Some, dare I say, might suggest it's right near Redmond, Washington. Let me get some music playing in the background here. Of course, I like to play music to code by from our friend, Mr. Carl Franklin. This music is scientifically designed. It's engineered to get you in the flow, get you in the groove, so that whatever task it is you're working on, you can focus on and get stuff done. Check it out, mtcb.pwop.com, or you can execute the music command there in the chat room. Wait a sec, my Docker stuff didn't start up here. Did something happen while I wasn't looking? What? Oh no. Oh no. This cannot be any good. Am I seeing this right? Hamsters. Docker had an update yesterday. Well, thank you. The Bald Bearded Builder is here. Hello. Copper Beardy, the Bald Bearded Builder, Brian Lagunas. They're all members of the Live Coders team. Make sure you check them out. Can we get shout-outs for all those folks? You can go to livecoders.dev, see the complete team list. Team members hang out in a Discord, a private Discord server where we're helping each other, helping to grow and make a better technical community here on Twitch. Let me tell you, the vanilla cappuccino is hitting the spot this morning. Oh my goodness. But I've got to go into hamster mode here. Are you kidding? All right. Let me see. Let's get this set up right. And then we'll talk. I'm going to go into hamster mode and talk about about tests and reporting test problems here. The things I do for chat. Let me tune this down just a little bit. Test.
Oh yes, it's that time, friends. Unit testing is always better with hamsters. CLW, Corey Hurricane Weathers. Good to see you, my friend. Hello. Another live coder. Hey, Freya. Hi, Freya. Good to see you. Freya's here. So, let me set the timer. I need an indicator here that we're in hamster mode. let's go over, there we go. So here's Visual Studio. Does Zamsa, oh no, I gotta put that up. That's quite the comment. We need to consider this. Does Amazon sell chipmunk costumes? Maybe. Okay. Oh no. And the bald bearded builder has found one. Oh no. This can't lead to any good. No good can come of this. Let's see. I was here. Test Explorer add to playlist doesn't add tests to existing playlists. You can't understand what I say? I can't understand what I say. Where is it? The closed captioning should be working. Where'd it go? Let me just confirm. Because it should be here. Let me see. It's a thing. It's totally a thing. This and yeah, closed captioning is working. Oh yeah. And you should be getting a clear closed captioning. You vote for C# Fritz wearing. This no good is gonna come to this. YouTube, where did that come from? Where is this? Seriously, the closed captioning is off. Curious Drive, check out the live coders page and there's an application form. Alright. I'm trying. We're looking at this.
Scott, I'm new here.
Growth! Welcome. Thank you for the subscription. And we'll make a donation to code.org. Thanks so much. Alright, so we were trying to add tests to an existing playlist, and it wouldn't save them, it wouldn't keep them. Now what they're telling me is... I removed everything from the playlist, the filter buttons. Still show 8 possible tests. In my video, I saved an empty playlist. I don't believe this. I think I did this right. So, no, what did you just do? No. Dee, what did you do? No. Really? I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. The voicemod title should be Drunken 6-year-old girl. No! It's much better than that. Oh, this is gonna be it. Alright. I guess we're wearing a chipmunk costume for Valentine's Day, and you'll be able to call me Alvin. The closed captioning is that far off? Really? Because we had this down cold. Yeah, it's really bad. Wow. Let's see if we can improve that. Okay, let me turn this off.
Is that any better? Okay, hang on. Let me take a look back at the closed caption. No, you know what we need to do? I think there's a way that we can make this a little bit better. I think that'll work. How's that? Are we getting... Are we getting any closed captioning off of that one now? No. I'm gonna have to do a little... I'm gonna have to do a little testing and see what I can do to make that better. You wonder if I'll be more understandable wearing a chipmunk outfit? No. No. Let's go back and let's look at this, see if we can wrap this up here. So, repeat the problem, unable to add items to the playlist. It'd be helpful to have a diagnostic log to capture the output page. So this happens sometimes when you talk to the development teams, you file feedback. Hey, I need some more log information. Can you give us some logs on this? Well, let's do that. Let's capture exactly what's happening here. So I have a playlist available out here. It should be available. There we go. TreeView playlist. So here's that playlist I opened. Now they want me to turn on the diagnostic log for tests in the tools options dialog. So I'm going to go over here, options, and I'm going to turn on diagnostic. Now I don't know where it actually saves the diagnostic logs. Let's see what happens here. So I'm going to save the playlist. There it is. Yes, replace it. Okay. Now I want to go add another item to the playlist. So let me go back over here. There were only 8 in that playlist. So let me add the image set. I'm going to right click, add to playlist, TreeView playlist. So now it should have 11. And now it's empty. Okay. It's not here. It's telling me that the list is empty, and if I try to play the entire playlist, there's nothing there. Oh, Dee Dee's got to go. Thanks so much for tuning in, Dee Dee, and I'm going to be shocked if there's a chipmunk outfit on my porch before Friday. It does say 0 to 8. So we're going to clip this. We're going to grab this and show exactly what we did here. Because I don't think the team sees and understands what's going on. Now, it is supposed to be creating diagnostic logs. I don't know where the diagnostic logs go. Where do the diagnostic logs get saved so that I can send them to you? Because now, nothing. Can somebody clip this real quick so we can take a look and send that clip over to them? Should be about a minute clip in there. We should be able to isolate that and send it over. But this is not working. What output pane? So if I go to tests, right, is this what they want? Because there's more in here than that. Log level is set to diagnostic. I guess it's from here down. And if we have a clip to go with that, No, I think that's what we want here. Hey, Frank.
Squirrels just resubscribed for 15 months. Woot woot.
And we should be able to grab a clip here. Anybody able to grab a clip for this? $40,000 characters exceeded. Yes, I know. What do you mean I can't do this? You're gonna make me save a file? Let's see, let me save this. And let me attach. Attach that. We've got a clip. Fantastic. Hugo. In that playlist. So let me add the image set. I'm going to right click, add to playlist, TreeView playlist. So now it should have a left video from testing today on Twitch at, there you go. Okay. It's not here. It's telling me that the list is empty. Cool. And if I try to play the entire playlist, there's nothing in that playlist. Cool. So thank you so much. And that's how we continue and keep this conversation to fix this, right? It's important that we get through and we make sure that we improve, right? We're using preview versions of Visual Studio on purpose here, so we can try and fix and improve what's happening with the product. So I'm going to close the playlist one, so I've got the entire bit here. Thank you so much for the resub, Frank. Sorry, I was a little distracted there. 15 months, and we'll make a donation to code.org. Really cool. No. Wait, what chipmunk? What? Wait. Did you? No. Okay. Chipmunk costume on my porch. Yeah. It's the pop-up. What pop-up? There was no pop-up. Does anyone use Font Awesome in their Blazor app? That would be really cool to do, Curious Drive. That would be really cool to do. Regular voice is way better on closed caption. Yeah. So I have another, right, the other microphone feed. I should be able to pull that and use it for the closed captioning. Wolfhound Jesse.
Wolfhound Jesse just resubscribed for 4 months. Thanks.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate those 4 months of support, and we'll make a donation to code.org. Very cool. There was another comment up higher that I wanted to go back to. There was a question about doing something. Drazak asks, wonder if I'll code something for Windows 10X. I'm working in Blazor. Blazor will work in Windows 10X, but yeah. You do need to add JavaScript to get Font Awesome to work entirely, so you should be able to do a little bit of that, a little bit of interop to make that happen. 6 away from a sticker pack giveaway. Yes, yes, yes. Who has pets that aren't following it? Right. And tell your friends, tell your family, tell your pets. Sign up for Twitch. Click through, create an account, and click that follow button. And you might win some stickers later. Need a placeholder to line things up nice. All right, so we went through, we did a whole bunch of stuff to get all the images working properly for our TreeView yesterday. We spent a lot of time getting all of this working for the Blazor TreeView. So now when I run the app, when I run the server-side version of the app, it looks great, and it's got all the, it's not on the right screen. And we can use the different themes that come with the TreeView, and it looks properly here. And if I go down into the tree view here, I get the arrows. That works properly, and they appropriately turn. And I've also got my bullets image set. That works properly and displays properly. 1T Cora, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you joining us. You use version 4 of Font Awesome. No JavaScript. Nice. Oh, yeah, you should very easily be able to use that with Blazor. Oh, yes. So, this is working properly. Is that Mishka? Welcome in. Thanks so much for the follow. Appreciate you joining us. 4 away from our next sticker giveaway. There's no prize for being the person that ticks it over to 9,600. You just get to save that for that minute or two afterwards. Got a little bit of water here. All right. So this looks and feels right. There's still a custom version of this that we can set up. I'm not too married to that yet. Only because I think we can do a lot more with that in the future. Gareth was out there, and before I go and log the issue around, we need to finish the custom version of that. Put together some stuff around the template and the templated components and how we do styles. And we're probably going to end up just documenting this for now, just to get it shipping. Mishka, sounds right. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for confirming that. I want to make sure I say everybody's screen name properly here on stream. So I think we're pretty good with that. /formation. Nice. Welcome in. Like that screen name. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us. And I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. /formation. So before I go and push out the next version of this, I want to create an issue for logging the that custom isn't yet supported for the tree view, but all the other things are supported. We still need to go through and do a little bit around what happens when you click on and select different things, but I think we're just about there. The columns, I believe, yep, he resolved, he rebased and repaired so that we still have all of these. I'm going to end up squashing this into one commit here, and that's okay. So this is for the repeater column in the data list. So let me squash and merge this. And I'll push up what we have for the tree view, and we'll come back in and get some more features on the tree view knocked out after we push out a release here for everybody. Push time, yes. We're gonna squash and push out to the NuGet so that other folks can use this. So let's see. So right, we're still good on the rebase. Yep. So all the tests work here. I'm going to. We don't need all the intermediary comments here. Let me see. Let's just clean these up. Oops, too far. And let's just say implement vertical algorithm. And we will squash and merge that. No, not squash and push, squash and merge. All right, merged in, very nice. So now we have all the features for data list vertical and vertical orientation and multiple columns. This was a big one to complete here. This should now be marked as closed. No. Lots of references here. There is something here we're going to need to take care of around some attribute value conflicts. We're going to need to break this out. Let's take this and create a new issue and then close that issue. Attribute value conflicts. Right. From in, what was it, 21? Okay. So this is going to be, let's mark this as, let's mark it, it's not a, well, it's going to be a bug. Some help wanted, some further information needed for this. So we'll put that into the mix. Go back over here to this other one, and I'm going to close this. Yeah. Thank you for the work on this complex issue. Very cool. Very, very cool. Hey, Marco8137. Hello, hello. Welcome in. All right. So, we'll see another... Well, that looks like it ran properly. Yep. Very nice. Very nice. 1 minute and we've got it running properly. So, I'm going to take what we've got so far for the tree view, which is... It's working pretty well. Get that moved up. And we'll come back and talk about, and we'll fix some of these other issues around around expanding and collapsing. What happens when you're in simple mode and you don't actually have the icons next to it to click? Getting that working. Maybe we do that first and then push it out. I see the potty humor. Well done, friends. Good time zone. Hey, Rope Blade, welcome in. Excuse me. Yeah, let's do this. Let's see if we can investigate just this one or two little issues around what happens when I don't have the expand collapse showing there. How should that work? Make sure that we mimic that. So I'm going to debug start the before web forms version of this so that we can look at what it does and interact with it. Curious Drive with the question, when would you use Azure DevOps versus GitHub DevOps? Okay, GitHub DevOps isn't a thing, but GitHub Actions is. GitHub Actions only works with GitHub. And there are different ways to configure that and set that up with setting up and configuring Docker containers and the like. It takes a little bit of work. Azure DevOps is free and easy for anybody to use. It's a little bit more mature at this point than GitHub Actions. So for right now, if you're on any other platform besides GitHub, Azure DevOps. If you're willing to experiment and willing to try the new thing that the GitHub team is working on, GitHub Actions. That would be the order that I would look at and consider those. Let me also, there's a configuration here that I can turn on a sound now when an item is shown. And there's different, my gosh, there's all kinds of different sound effects here. Wow. Let's just try Bell 1. Let's see what that sounds like. All right. And I'll go back to the queue. There we go. Well, let's look at this. Boom Boom asks, let's see, this should pop right through. There it is. Is there a way to automatically scale Azure App Service plans up and down service tiers? No, not across tiers. But you can choose a service tier and you can scale within that service tier. Once you hit the limit of the size of that tier, you then need to opt in and choose the next tier up to make that happen. Good question, Boom Boom, but I don't think you can go across service tiers. So here, this is what the web forms implementation of this control looks like, and we've already been experimenting and tinkering and adding a bunch of stuff in here. Let me go to what that looks like in web forms here, and I really should add some more pages instead of just tinkering with the same one, but alas. I'm going to change the show expand collapse to false. I'm going to get rid of the image set here so that it would have been the default, and actually everything's just always expanded, right? What happens if I say, right, so This one contains this, right? Isn't it expanded equals false? It's collapsed. Is there a way to open that? Nope. It's collapsed and you can't open it. JG Tavares asks, is there a way to chain pipelines in Azure DevOps? Yes. You can have one pipeline trigger another pipeline. You can have a pipeline trigger releases. It's in the trigger at the top, at the beginning of Azure DevOps. You can set that up. You can configure that. Right, if I go to, hey, look at that. No, let me go here. Let me open one of these. Not that. Do that in private. There we go. So if I go to, what is it? dev.azure.com. I get to here, sign into Azure DevOps. What's going on with what? I don't know. What is going on with that? Lucky number 7 is here. He's another member of the Live Coders team. Welcome in, my friend. Let me enter my password, because that's a thing. And so if I go to Blazor WebFormsComponents and I take a look at, I only have one pipeline for built for this. And it's right here. I can click edit on it. And there's a way up at the top here you can specify how it's triggered. Right here, triggers. So, right, I can have it on continuous integration on this. Build when another build completes. You can add here and configure that. So it points to another pipeline and does something from here. I only have one pipeline, so, right, I suppose if I went back. Nope, I didn't set up the project name here. We'll get back into that. So if I say, let's create a new build pipeline, and where is my code? Oh, don't do that to me. Use the classic editor. There we go. Pull it from GitHub. Right? And it's not here. I have to change this to that. And now, there it is. Okay. Default branch, that's fine. Select a template, whatever. I'm just choosing something to get through here. Okay. But now when I go to triggers, I can add when another build completes, and I can choose my other pipeline here. So that should get you to that next place, JG Tavares, to answer your question. Alrighty. So I'm not actually going to use this this pipeline. Let me go back to my build pipelines. Leave. Yes, I know I have. And it's not created. Good. All right. We're going to be back in here to deploy in a little bit. So I'm going to fix up. I'm going to touch up just a little bit here that show expand. The show expand. Where'd it go? Collapse. When that's set to false, by default, everything's expanded. And if anything's collapsed, you can't open and close it. It's just not a thing. So, yeah, there's a little bit of a wrap issue there. That's okay. Friends, this is what's it called? Madrina's Vanilla Cappuccino. I've really been enjoying it. They're a sponsor of the stream. You're going to see their logo pop up over here. There it is. We're running a coupon right now. If you click through, if you execute the coffee command and click through, you can get 40% off. 40% off when you order Madrina's coffee online when you use the coupon code Fritz. There it is. Thank you so much. Do I have plans to code something for Windows? What's Windows X? I'm working on Blazor. And right now the new Windows development models are all targeting Android. Certainly we can take a look at using Xamarin with that later, but that is not a compatible thing. Windows X is Windows 10, but for gamers. Haven't seen it. And I don't typically build desktop apps here. We could certainly investigate it at some point. But right now we're working on Blazor. Windows 10X. Yeah, you asked that question a little bit earlier. It's not something I'm currently targeting. Okay, so let's clean up this here, and we'll get things deployed at that point. So back over here to tree node razor. This is what describes each one of the nodes in that tree. Yeah, I thought 10X was the one for dual screens. That's what I thought as well. All right. Okay. So tree node. So in our tree node, show expand collapse. If that's enabled, that works. Otherwise, well, actually, even if there is no show expand collapse, right? Even it doesn't matter what this is. We should have the no expand image, right? So I think I can remove this part. I think. Tell you what, let's do this and comment that out and rerun my tests, and we'll rerun this and see what it is. So the dual screen Surface, you can get a keyboard for it just like you can an iPad, right? From the Windows hardware device, hardware announcement that they had back in December 2019. We should see more about that soon. As they, right, M365 event yesterday, they started encouraging folks to check out the toolkits and things for those devices. And there'll be more coming very, very soon around software development. But it's expected to run all the Android apps. All the Android apps. Let's see here. Come on. Get that thing building. Here we go. Running some tests. Should take a few. Test run finished. One failed. All right, what's the one that failed? On static nodes. Should be 0, but was 3. Right, because we've got the no expand images happening in there is what's happening. So, because we changed the way that it behaves, it should be 3 images, and they should all be the no expand image. So I should be able to also say, cut.find, let's find an image tag, and get attribute source should be, right? And the source, when it is the no expand image, it should be the default no expand, the image location default no expand. What's that look like? That is, let's see, open that folder. Thank you. Not in tests. No, wait, actually, I do have one of the tests that will go through and look at the actual image, right? That one. Right, should be default, and I think it was default no expand? Oh, rats. Let's see. Open that folder. Let's see if we can get there. We can go look at the dub root. I see a couple of questions there, a couple comments in the chat room. I will look back over in just a second. Default no expand. There we go. Okay. Default no expand. Good. And that should be the same for all of them. But let's see how that runs now. What do we got here? Build error. What? I don't know what that is. Hugo says, I wonder if I should try to get a job at Microsoft before Christmas in case every employee gets a Surface Duo and Neo, like they did with Satya's book at the Surface RT. I didn't get a Surface RT. We got Satya's book. There it is. But Odin Hassan, apply for a full-time. You just quit your contract job. Oh no. I hope you have. I hope you have a good opportunity lined up if that's something you need. Best of luck to you. Was I at Microsoft? Was I at Microsoft when the devices came out? No. And even then, the RT devices they gave out. I'm not in a department where they would give me the devices anyway. Unless it's something that's issued to everybody. I build web things. So, let's see here. Where was I? So we got this test working so that it properly shows the no expand when no expand is turned on. The other side of that was, well, everything is by default expanded. So I think actually we're okay. Yeah, I think we're okay with this. Let me rerun our sample here with after Blazor server side. Right, if we look at the arrows, and if we look at the bullets, and if we turn off the show expand, right? So let's add one more sample there. Let's do the bullets. Let's call this bullets no expand, right? And I'm going to turn off the checkboxes like that. And let's also say, well, I can get rid of this. I don't care about showing that check changed event. Right. Get rid of that. This is a simple static tree view with bullets for nodes and no expand collapse capabilities. And I'm realizing now that some of the notes about what the various samples that are in here aren't accurate. If anybody wants to go through and just write a little bit of text to clean up the text, the description that goes with some of these, that would be really, really nice, very handy if you could do that. So let's call this tree view bullets with no expansion, right? So expanded true, but I'm going to mark this as right, show expand collapse equals false. Oops, I started that and I don't want to yet because I need to include. Yeah, that's going to blow up. Watch this. It's going to blow up because it's got two pages with the same location. See that? We need to turn this into bullets, no expand. I'll go down to the navigation, and for the tree list, tree view, that's what it's called, right? I'll call this bullets, no expand, and paste that in. Now I can run it. Whoop, where'd the image go? Disappeared just as fast as it appeared. Odin Hassan. That's better. Tried to learn Blazor Server, and I try not to use directly on the service class and use HttpClient factory instead, so I can be ready with WebAssembly. Is that a good approach? You don't have to necessarily use HttpClient factory directly in the components. You can use HttpClient so that you're passing back and forth a client directly, and it'll appropriately create the client depending on which platform you're running from. You're okay to do that. You don't need to go all the way to client factory. Client factory is good when you need to separate out how the clients are being created for different types of interactions, and you want to be able to categorize that and have those scale appropriately with each other. You should be okay with either approach. You're going to be just fine, but absolutely abstracting how you interact and get your data is going to be a good way to do that. I would set up and using service classes to do that when you're injecting either a client factory or you're injecting your direct data access is a very good approach. Odin Hassan, I think you're doing the right thing there for your customers, for the users of your application. That's a good decision. There we go. We got that queued up twice there. There we go. What size do I have the source set to for featured chat? 1920 1080. And I don't have any custom CSS to set font size. So I literally have the defaults embedded. So not a problem, my friend. And if you want to do a little debugging later, we can do that. I have another stream right after this, actually, on the Dev on the Dev Intersection channel, and we're going to have Leslie Richardson from the Visual Studio Debug team joining Richard Campbell and myself. We're going to talk to her about Visual Studio Debugger and the different tricks that you can do to make debugging in Visual Studio a better experience. Let me see what the tree view looks like now when we open this. So that looks right. Home, foo, bar, baz, Blazor, Mr. Magoo. Looks good, and I don't have any issues with that. Very good, very good. All right, I feel comfortable with that now, and I'm ready to commit. And let's cut a preview release of this for folks. Not even a preview release. Let's cut. This will be 0.5 release, I think, for it. Kabazi. No, don't do HTTP message handler. WebAssembly is going to hand off to XML HTTP request, and it's going to handle trafficking, all that for you. If you pass an HTTP client into it, it will create and manage all of that for you. So, Cicero 4259 asks, is Blazor fully written in C# or are there some C++ code to optimize for performance stuffs? And I love the Baby Yoda avatar there. Cicero, it's a good question. The layer of, and I'm assuming you're referring to Blazor for WebAssembly, the layer that that Blazor compiles down to is all C#, but at the point that it's going to run on WebAssembly, it runs on the mono runtime. And the mono runtime is written in C++. There is some, that's been just-in-time compiled so that it's sitting there and runs directly on top of the browser runtime. So you do hit that layer where you have native code written so that it can work appropriately with the platform. And it's just interpreting at that point the runtime and all the base class library and features for the runtime at that point. So thank you for the question. And that's really that layered cake of how our code runs. Your code runs on top of the base class library that runs on top of a runtime that runs on top of the native stuff, right? The native operating system. Well, in the case where WebAssembly is at the bottom, that runtime that runs on top of it is WebAssembly. It's compiled to a native code that runs in WebAssembly, and that's mono. And it is written and optimized with C++. Let's see, what do we got here? What else is going on? So that's cleaned up. Let's see if we can get a version cut here, huh? Get this shipped. Let me check the version number. I put in my solution info here. I'll put all this stuff to go with this. So I've got a version JSON here. Open, please. Thank you. It's listed at 0.50 preview 2. We're going to cut this as a 0.50 release, I think. So, first things first, I'm going to push this up into my feature branch. We'll rebase the feature branch, set up a pull request into the dev branch, and from the dev branch, we'll set up a final deployment version to go out to the master branch, and that'll automatically drop off the dash preview 2 when we get out there. So let's do all the things here. Let's make this happen. Cap'n. I have, here we go. So there's my Windows terminal. Go over here. No, I didn't want to ls. I wanted to get status. Yep, there's my new sample. So we'll add and ready for completed image sets. Yeah. And data binding. Because you can now data bind different things to the tree view. Oh, I gotta reseed my... There we go. Reseed my YubiKey here so that it signs all of my commits. There we go. Push that out to the repository. And the other thing that I'm going to do while we're here is, see that? Is I'm going to set up so that we, I'm committing to my private repository and not directly into GitHub. Boom Boom says, that's exactly my source code management process. So far, most people I've worked with struggle to understand how to do it, though. I blame universities for not teaching how to Git. Yeah. The couple steps here will help clear that up, right? Help keep things isolated so you can change and enhance things without breaking the world effectively. So I'm going to set up a pull request here. We still have this one for range validator. If anybody can help Kabazi with this, so we can get some tests in here and we can get that range validator added in, that would be really helpful. But let's set up and do this. Oh, I wanted to be over here. Put that back up. Thank you. There we go. TreeView data binding. Yes, of course you can't automatically merge. What I should do is rebase. Right? I should do a git pull. Right? Git merge origin dev. Yep, there we go. And what file do I need to touch on? Enum's grid lines CS. Let's see what happens with that. You'll add test this weekend? Well, let's see if anybody can help. We can make something better happen. So let me see. I'm going to close up test over here. Enums. Is grid lines being referenced? Show me one reference. Because we haven't... Oh, grid lines on data list. I think we need to add that. Reconcile has a very good question there. So that all ran properly, but I think I'm going to need to put grid lines back in here. Because that's a thing from the data list component. Thank you for the follow. Give me a second here, we'll take a look. Welcome in. K Garbaya, welcome. It's good to meet you, and I appreciate you joining us. I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. We are 2 followers away from another sticker giveaway here. Oh my goodness. There's grid lines. And there we go. So here's the question from Reconcile. Are there beginner step-by-step tutorials for learning to program using C#? Yes. The place to go there is going to be, if you go to... Let me open up the browser over here and show you. If you go to .net, hey PSU girl, welcome in. Only stopping by, good to see you. Click the Learn button up here when you go to .net. Scroll down, and there are .net 101 series here. Click through this, and it'll give you a series of videos that show you all about getting started right from the beginning with C# with my friends Scott Hanselman and Kendra Havens. All right. A little foreshadowing. Kendra Havens will be on the Dev Intersection channel with us on Friday. All right, we're going to be talking to her about some of the cool stuff you can do with Visual Studio. And yes, Great Scott, he's on that video too. All right, so you can check that out. And there's Leslie Richardson. She'll be joining me later today on Dev Intersection as well. Only one follower away. Woo! Look at that. Kitstead, hello. Hello. Okay, so where was I? So it's this merge here. Right, and where to go? Grid lines is data list enum. Ah, which was kind of merged over here to do a little bit different. Was that it? I see 9600. Oh my goodness. Yes, Scott's been putting together some YouTube tutorials on Windows Subsystem for Linux and Terminal. Odd Dizzy, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. Now, Twitch is showing me 9597. We're gonna need to come back to that. Chevy, let me come to your question in just a minute here. I want to get this merged. Let me do this merge. I'm gonna pause the queue, but I want to queue up your question there. And now, see, I hit pause. You shouldn't have gone right through. Hang on. I want that. Now, why is it jumping right through? See, it's... No. They're all going right through! Let me refresh this. Yeah, I don't want the ding. No ding on the featured chat. Stop. There we go. Okay. So let me go back. The grid lines here. This is being referenced in one place. And this is... Where was it over here? Using static on grid lines Razor. So here I am, grid lines Razor, and it's not being referenced there. So that tells me that this can be removed. Okay, I'm gonna rebuild everything, make sure that. Not a problem, my friend, with featured chat. I know we are on the front lines testing all the cool new features for that. Happy to help you with resolving and getting that moving in the right direction for bigger and better things. It's a great service. Yes, fries are done. There we go. All right, rebuild all succeeded. We should see the tests all run. Or maybe not. Run them all again. And if they do, we'll finish the merge. We'll rebase and push. There we go. All the tests worked. Fantastic. Good. And thank you for the follow, Rollays01. Appreciate you joining us. So now, yes, it was deleted by them. Grid lines, yes. Even though it's not there, there we go. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Merged. Good. I'm going to push that anyway, and now I should rebase all of this, right? Which is, see, but now I'm across, but to origin dev down here. Yeah, I should be able to, right? Just git rebase I-1, right? But it'll I can squash and merge when I push this in. So might be okay. Or do the rebase and merge when this comes through. Here it comes. Checking mergeability. We're going to push this into dev. Feature TreeView data binding. Let's just TreeView images and data binding. Right? Create that as a pull request. And we'll rebase and merge all in one shot. Because that's an option. Look at all this! So much work we did. And I should be able to click through and see that build. Just now. Come on, let's go. Now Twitch is showing me 95.99. I'm assuming Twitch is being twitchy. So when this finishes building, we'll run that. There we go. Done. This should, yep, all succeeded. Good. So let's do this. Yeah, it did run. Thank you, friend. I know this. You're gonna run again? I don't know. Whatever. 20 commits. Look at that. But we'll rebase this and we'll go. Can I hear yet? Not yet, kid. 1 sec. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll do the, let's... Yeah, it's not going to let me do this. Sure. Tell you what. We will stop the music. I will start up Lash Tools. And... There we go. So I have some backpacks that I have to ship, but we're going to give away a C# Fritz sticker pack. Let's just say sticker pack. So these are stickers, just like all the ones that you've seen, all the emotes. So there's the robot, there's Super C#. Let's see, what's this one? The robot with shades. There he is. I've got a bunch of them. We'll put together, drop them in an envelope, and send them anywhere in the world. Exclamation point here will put you in the box. And we will ship those out to you. Now, while that's going on, you get your name in the box there with exclamation point here. I'm going to run back over here, and instead of squashing and merging, I'm going to rebase and merge. So that we get just one. What do you mean it can't be rebased due to conflicts? Fine, we'll squash and merge. Because we're just going to delete the other one. So we added support for sitemap XML, simplified TreeView test. I don't need to show that. Updated Blazor WebAssembly. Yes. Image and image tooltip support. Added grid lines. That's okay. Added images. No. Started implementing TreeView. I can change this to just implemented. There we go. Squash and merge. And delete, hopefully, my local branch here. There we go. Yes. And gone. Good. So that's now sitting in my dev branch, and we can go over to dev and get ready to deploy to production. So, need stickers for your record box. Yep, and the bot's gone. Oh no, the bot's still there. It's still listening. It's keeping up. Ha-ha! It's doing better this time. All right, how we doing over here? 25 people's names in the box. They're not there. Boom, boom. That doesn't work. Let's give it just a few more seconds, 30 seconds, and we'll kick this off. Yes. No, Developers Garage, not that way. But Developers Garage is another member of the Live Coders team, just like Gareth and some of our other friends here. Lucky number 7. Make sure you follow them. And here we go. All in, no more. Let's do this. Let's give away some stickers. Frank's another member of the Live Coders. There we go. Let's hit the button and give away some stickers. Oh, yeah. Huge winner is Gareth. Maybe. Could be. Going around, who's it going to be? And Rignot Kitstead. Don't know. Don't know. The answer is Jean Valjean. Oh my gosh, we've got a voiceover coming to Jean Valjean. And now some stickers. Congratulations, my friend. We will reach out to you real quick here. Reply. There we go. Thank you so much. Oh, it's such a cool feeling to be able to share just a little bit of hype with you while we're pushing towards this 10,000 follower goal. It's really great to see our community grow, to see new folks join us, and I hope you're enjoying time that we work together, that we answer questions and chat here on stream, and maybe you're learning a little something as we're building some of these projects. Thank you so much for participating, for hanging out. It really means a lot to me that we have such a fun community here. All right. Oh yeah, look at that. So, let me see here. Let's do this. What do we want to do? We want to get ready to push a release. So we're going to do NerdBank Git versioning to push that out. I have to leave. Take care, Kitstead. I do still have Chevy's question there about, and I think somebody else answered that with someplace that you can go to play and learn a little bit more about Azure DevOps. So I'm going to cancel that question. Let me change over to my dev branch. Okay. Yes, I know it's behind. Pull in those changes. There we go. Lots of changes, lots of files. Look at this. Yes, yes. And I'm going to remove a couple branches here. Let's get rid of that one. And now I can get rid of, not that one, that one. I'm not sure if I'm done with the events one. Anyways, so now I'm going to do NerdBank Git versioning. I forget exactly how the order of commands go here. I want to prepare a release, create a release branch from the current version, adjust the version on the current branch. Let's do that. NBGV, prepare release, and let's see what this does. So there is now a 050 branch that tracks the 050 destabilization and release. Dev track now tracks 060 preview development. NetJam Jr. asks, is there a reason I don't use the GUI for my Git stuff? I'm very comfortable with Git at the command line. It's something that I've been using Git for a very long time. I was a paying GitHub customer back in 2009, 2010. And it was something that I just became used to. So it's something that I'm comfortable with and navigating around. When I need to visualize my source control, then I'll go over to a more full-featured tool like Visual Studio 2019 or Visual Studio Code or Git Kraken and show and work with those tools. It's a good question. That's kind of my decision why I decide to use that. And the key to it is use the tools that make you happy. Nothing says you have to use one tool or another. If one has more features and makes me happier, or it has less features but it's something I'm more comfortable with, go ahead and use that. You thought it'd be a good idea to be a developer instead of stealing bread. Oh, Jean Valjean. Oh, that's so good. Oh my gosh. See, when I do that voiceover, I have to figure out how to turn and do something Les Mis referenced in there. And it's going to be amazing. I need to figure this out. Comment of the day. Yes. Oh gosh, Skunky Gamer. nobody's a bad learner. People learn and progress at their own pace. And there are certain core things that I know how to do out of repetition, but I also know how to search for and find the answers that I need quickly in those appropriate locations. And if you can search for and find those reference things that you need quickly, that's going to make you just as productive as somebody who knows that stuff by heart. Take your time, try hard, absolutely. Practice, repetition, learn the same thing over and over again, and you can certainly be a very productive software developer. Okay, let me take a look. Let me look at what changed here. So, set version to 0.50, set version to 0.60 preview, and merge branch 0.50. So I want to push this branch, and that should cut a release. I want to merge that branch up to production. I don't want to push everything just yet. I only want to push up to here. You know? Or I want to merge 0.50 into production is what I want to do. Right? Is that what I want to do? I think that's what I want to do. Let me also... right, take a look at this. I want to set the next version to, say, preview 1. Right, if I say get version, yeah. I want to say now set version 0.6. That's not 6. 0. Preview 1. Okay. I didn't do that right. Okay. Now I don't want to. Boy. Let me go over to 0.50 and push that up. Now, why didn't it do? Because it's. Okay. Git push origin v0.50. Odyssey is only used Node and React. This is all foreign. Well, I'm not doing any C# right now. I'm doing just version management things. So, okay, so that's pushed up. So now I should be able to go back over here to GitHub. And what I want to do, that 0.50 branch, there it is. Right, I would leave this out here if I was stabilizing, if I needed to support this long term, but I'm not really doing that. I'm just going to push this up. So I'm going to set up a pull request from here. Right, there we go. Into master. Okay. There we go. Interesting. Where's, yeah. Added TreeView. There were a bunch of other features that we added in there as well. Something like that. Eagle Hansen, hello, hello, welcome in. You like to watch Fritz's stream and other streams related to keep you motivated. That's great, Skunky Gamer. And, best of luck to you, always. Myself and a lot of the other live coders that you see here and that are also on that livecoders.dev page. Always happy to answer questions, be encouraging, and reach out and help folks get to that next step in their career. So here's all the things we added. We added the compare validator. We added data list binding, data list repeater column features. So let's added compare validator, added data list repeater columns, repeat columns, and repeat direction features. Okay, So there's our pull request. It's actually checking it right now for us just to make sure that it's still good to merge up there. Eagle has a good question here. Is it possible to have a project reference to another project in Visual Studio without having the project in the solution? I think so. Let's give it a try here in just a minute, because you don't necessarily need a solution file when you're working outside of Visual Studio on the command line. So that worked good. I've got that building properly. So I can merge this. I don't want to squash and merge. I think we're okay to leave these the way they are. So I'm not going to squash and merge. I'm going to create a merge commit. And I will confirm that. And I want to grab... Now, wait a sec. I updated the comment here. There it is. I want to grab these. Right? Let me do a git push tags. What do you mean? Okay. Did we get the other tags? So now what this is going to do, if we open this up, we should see, here it is, one last time that it's building, but this time it's going to build in release, so I'm going to dock that right there. And we should see it release to NuGet. This new version, it'll be 050, not 050, with some sort of a hash at the end of it. So, let me see here. Right, we should have some tags in this. Why is it, can we say git pull tags? Can we do that? That's interesting. It deleted 050. Yeah. Git push origin v050. Git push tags. That's interesting. What do we got here? Do that. Git pull tags. Now wait a sec. I was able to do that up here. Right. DNI stream.
NeStream raided my stream with 6 viewers.
Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. Very much appreciate that. Welcome in, raiders. My name is Jeff, and I'm doing a little bit of version management here to try and get... Oh my goodness, and PowerShell Freak.
PowerShell_Freak just resubscribed for 11 months.
11 months! Oh my goodness, thank you so much for all that support. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you for the follow, DNI stream. Appreciate you. Very much appreciate that. Now, if I do git push tags, am I going to get all my tags loaded? Everything up to date. So is 050 up here now? Merge pull request, there's 050, there's 050. I can look at that now. And I should be able to click through to the release. Here it is. Yeah. Right? I want to edit the release notes that go with that. It is a release. It's right here. How do I change select tag? This one. How do I create the release notes that go with that? Right? There should be a thing here to go with this. PowerShell with Blazor. That is interesting. Mr. Crump is here. Hello, hello.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
So good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm not sure. Yeah, why can't I don't want to draft a release. Here it is. That was it. It's right there. Ah, now I can do it. Ugh. And I'm just gonna paste in those couple things that we did and publish. Right, so it's got the source code. I should be also, it would be nice if I could also point to the NuGet, because this, check this out, should have gone through a release process here. Right, where's the retained by release? Yes, where's the release? Right, it should, there's a release thing that appears here. Let me go over to the release. Because that should have gone out, 050. Why didn't it? Okay, publish succeeded. Then, where is it? Right, there it is. It should have the release information here next to this. Because it was released. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Blazor WebFormsComponents. There it is. 050 and so many downloads. Those numbers will go up when we get the book published here. All right, where are we? Oh my gosh, 25 minutes to go. But we've released there's 050 and it's got all the stuff now so you can do a tree view inside of Blazor using the same syntax you had over on web forms. Really great stuff. So what's next? I think we have all the tree view stuff done for this. So let me go back over to dev. Now I can push up the rest of this. And it'll push me into that version 0.60 preview 1. So, looking at our list here, friends, this is where the chat room. This is where I need your help to decide where to go next. These should update also our badges here to reflect the new versions of things, and they didn't yet. Scrolling down, so we just finished adding tree view down here. Which control do we go after next? Do we go after... So I'm going to put together a quick poll here. Good luck to you, Eagle. Sorry, I wasn't able to pay too much attention to that discussion there. Let me put together a quick poll, and let's decide which component to work on next. Okay. So I think menu should be in that list. Let's see. I'm not sure what site map path is. I don't remember using it, but let's put that in the list. Let's put FormView in detail. Let's put FormView in there. Start with that one. Because I think detail view is, well, all right, we'll put detail view also. Maybe that's a thing. I'm going to turn that off. I'll give you 2 minutes to vote. There's the poll. Take a look. It's over here just behind me on Twitch. And if you're over there on YouTube, sorry you didn't get a chance to vote in the poll. You can fast forward and see what everybody voted on who's voting right now, but it's not then yet, so I don't know what the answer is yet, but you can fast forward and see what it is. I can't fast forward. I'd like to fast forward. I can't though, because I'm busy doing the thing here, trying to figure out which one to work on next. We do need some help with a little bit more documentation here. I feel like we should also put some good release notes together for folks on NuGet as we get closer and closer to a 1.0 release. And I think we also want to start publishing some of our samples, building some better samples, so that folks can see the original source code that they have in WebForms and what it would look like in Blazor. Just make that available as something so it's very discoverable, this project, so it's more than just those of us here working on this. So, FormView is pulling into the lead here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Friends, let us know which one of the components should we work on next. Menu, sitemap path, FormView, or detail view. We're holding off on the grid. The grid's going to be the last one of the data controls we work on because we're putting some other features in first that are going to help that later. FormView is out to a big lead. What do we think here, friends? Storm Shouts is here. Good morning to you, my friend. Thanks so much for tuning in. Listening to Getting Started with Live Streaming with Jeff Fritz. How's it going? Are you looking at the is there recorded video available now from that? Was that made available? I don't see it yet. Is VS Debugger stream right after this one Dunking Kruger? Yes it is. We'll start off with my friend Richard Campbell and I chatting for a little bit, and then we'll bring in Leslie to talk to us about all the cool things around the debugger. Oh my goodness. My watch is going crazy. And we have a result. It looks like we're going to be working on the FormView. Detail view in a close second, so we'll start working on FormView and figure out what we want to do. Is that Richard Campbell from .NET Rocks? Yes, it is, Jonathan. Yep. And we'll talk about all the cool things that are going on in the world of .NET, in the world of Visual Studio, and have some fun as well. All right, so let's talk about FormView. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do to get things started. I'm going to create an issue so that folks know that I'm working on it, right? There we go. Assign it to myself right out of the gate here. FormView component. So initial documentation from docsmicrosoft.com. We need to build a sample page in Before Web Forms. Before Web Forms is the project that has the way that it currently is used so that we know what we're going to mimic. Let's see. We want to then not start on the component, but component tests, ship it, profit. Right, that's what we're going to be doing. And you can see that right there. That's the one we're working on. Yep, there's the shout out for Dev Intersection. We'll be over there at the top of the hour in about 20 minutes. We'll probably even raid over there, and I'll pick up and host immediately while I'm dialing in Richard and our guests. So let's get some initial documentation together, and you're saving up for a party time mode? Oh no. Oh no.
Wait, let me explain something to you.
Party time has become quite the experience here on the channel. All right. So, first things first, I'm going to start a new branch, and we will call this FormView. Webface has over 80,000 channel points. Oh my goodness. The Fritz bits. You want to do party time now? We can do some party time now if you'd like. It's your stream to control. You want, oh yeah, to pop the Kool-Aid Man out of the screen. That can be arranged. That can be arranged. Where did it go? Thank you for the follow. Captain Kiddo, welcome in. Hello, hello. This, right? We should be good with that. Alright, so feature, right? FormView, that's the one we're working on. FormView? I want to make sure I get this one right. Yeah, right. So feature FormView is where we're going to start. I'm going to run VS Code here so we can write a little bit of Markdown and we can get into this. You loved party mode last time, Duncan Kruger? Oh, yeah. Wait, party mode? No. Hugo, my friend, is trying to hurt me here. This is not good. This is not good. This is a bad idea. Party mode, Vim, and Papyrus font. No. Don't do that. You are seriously. You did not. And it didn't. I didn't see it. Oh my gosh, you did. Why didn't it pop up? All right. We're going to do this, friends. Because this is how we write documentation. It turned it off. It turned it off.
Oh, here we go. Let's write some docs. You're at the office today, Frank. How's it going out there, fellow Microsoft employees? You have this to look forward to. 5 minutes of party mode. Here we go. I don't know why it didn't pop up. It should have popped up. But here we go. Date. Oh yeah. So let's write a little bit of documentation to support the features we're going to build for the FormView control. So that starts off in the README. You didn't know documentation was this much of a party, did you? No, not at all. All right, here we are in my README. Blah 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 blah. Okay, FormView. Let's add a link. Docs. FormView MD. No, it's exciting. That's right, DNI stream. Oh, we have fun. What can I tell you? Right.
Wait, let me explain something to you.
How else can you make documentation fun? Right? Here we go. All right, so I've got FormView. That's where we're going to be to start that. Here's my docs. And we always need docs. Documentation is a gift to your users, to your developers. We want happy users and developers. So we write a little bit of documentation here to make it easier for folks to learn how to use the components. List view is the most complete one of these that I have, so I'm going to kind of template off of this. Copy and paste, because that's how we write code. There we go. So this is now FormView. The FormView component is meant to emulate the FormView control. Markup is defined in the now. I hope it's the same one. I'm going to see if we can cheat and just reuse the same link. Let's see where this goes. Yes, please open in Visual Studio Code. Don't mind if I do. It does. It went to the right place. Oh, yeah. There. That's one of the ways it's used. And we're going to have an item template. All right, we can work with that. And a data source. Data sources.
It's illegal in 9 countries.
Don't use it. Let's see. Syntax. Show me syntax. No. Samples. I want syntax. No, I don't see syntax. Oh, you wound me. There it is. All right. Web forms declarative syntax.
Let me add some value.
Frank! With 50 bits. Thank you so much, my friend. We'll make a donation to code.org. Thank you so much. As if source code is not enough. Well, it is. What else do you want besides source code, club music, and DJ auto tuning? Yeah, it's a thing. Yes. There's many things here for us to do. Let me save that. I think data list had some other things. Features supported in Blazor. Let me add that. I think I like this as well. We're gonna need to go over and add a lot to this documentation. What clubs am I going to? I'm going to the Base Class Library Club. Been around for 20 years, and let me tell you, they know how to system XML. That's a thing, isn't it? Right. Let's see here. Features supported in Blazor. Let's add that. We need to update this for our other components as well. In Blazor syntax, right? That's
Let me add some value.
Hugo. Thank you so much for the bits. Appreciated that.
Confetti ball, balloon, birthday cake, smiley face, celebratory hands in the air. Wahoo.
Thank you very, very much. We'll do that. And this is going to be FormView. Go down to the end. That. And I still need Blazor syntax. Yes. That one lady is hooting and hollering in the background. I don't know what's going on over there. She's having a real good time. Andre, found you almost have 50,000 bits. And now you know how you can spend them next time. Oh my. Oh my, indeed. So good to see you. Let's swap back.
There we go. Oh yeah, there's a couple of different voice changers that are sitting out there besides party mode. Dee Dee's already threatened us with the chipmunk inception that's going to happen here, and I'm surprised. Svava is going to be cackling and laughing all the way to I don't know where. It's not going to be good. My goodness. Am I working on the core Blazor framework or a personal extension? So here's the thing, DNI stream. This isn't a core piece of the framework, but I am a member of the .NET team, and I'm working on something that I believe, right? This is an experiment that we've been trying for about a month or two here on stream. I believe this is going to help folks be able to migrate. So one of the things that's going to come out of this is I'm putting together a proposal for the .NET team to accept and include this as a little bit of documentation and to throw some customer support time at. If it will help folks migrate, that means we can cut back the customer support costs for managing web forms. We won't have as many customers to be able to that need help getting things working and migrating, if this can make that easier. And also for folks out there that are consultants, be able to make their jobs easier as well. Do I use any extension for MD format? Asks Admiral Kier. No, this is Markdown that comes with Visual Studio Code. Vim and Comic Sans feels like such a class. I need to learn how to set the font for Vim then, or I guess you do it on the terminal and that'll work. Vim, light mode, party mode. That's just... Well, I'd have to wear the sunglasses. We could do that. That's a thing, I guess. So, all right, so we got a little bit of documentation now around what the FormView needs to do. And look at all these attributes we're going to need to fill out here and get working. Let me add those. Started initial documentation for FormView. Okay. So let me push origin, and we'll create a branch there called feature. I know I realized I should have been doing this in my own private repository. We'll fix that later. And we'll track that. Make that the upstream for tracking. Good. Would it be worth giving us some music to watch by? Music to watch by? Yeah, well, we're right at the end here. I mean, I can turn the music back on, certainly. Where'd it go? This one? But we're going to drop over to the... We're going to get ready to connect over to the Dev Intersection channel here in just a minute. Let me see here. I have to respond to something. Okay, there's that. What else is... Something else happened here that I need to... No, we're good. We're good. All right. So that's available out there. Let me start to allocate where I'm going to be working over here. Yep, go ahead, reload. We should still see the same number of tests come through here, 128. Good. Let's put the FormView out here as a control sample so we can get that in place. Add. I want a new folder. And with these couple of pieces in place, we'll be able to start actually writing code next time. I'm going to add a new form, add a new web form. Yep, and we'll call this just default. And I need to add to my navigation. Ooh, wait a sec. What happened there? I didn't get... No. I need a master page. Site master. So now I can say... Oh, I love being able to do this. Watch this. Equals. Boom. Run at. Yeah. And now I can start putting my content in there. But my navigation for this... I forget where the navigation lives so that we can navigate around. No, I think it's all on the default page for this, isn't it? Yeah. All right, FormView. We're going to create a link. That's not... No. FormView. href equals control samples FormView. Right? So that should take me through to my FormView samples, which are going to be over here. And we want them to kind of look like this. So we'll start with something that looks like that. FormView control. Here is a simple FormView. I'm not lifting this from documentation. For a widget from the shared sample objects project. Okay. And we'll figure out how to structure that. Oh, okay. Not a problem, Gareth. Thank you, Janescu, for the coffee command there. Yep, I drink Madrina's coffee. They sponsor the stream. We're happy to have a couple messages out there for them. All right. So I've got, I should be able to click through to get here. What else? And we'll start actually building the component, building samples, building tests, I believe, next time. So, let me wrap up here. Let me check in what I have so I can set up for the dev intersection stream that's going to be happening next. So, I'll head back over here. Yep. I've got those couple of entries. We'll add those. Wait, why does it say there are 3? Should actually also have a change to the project, right? Yeah, look at that. Now we take a look. The project file. Very good. Alright, so I will commit these changes. Preparing the begin web forms sample for the FormView. So we'll know exactly where to pick up next time, building out what that first sample is so we can build the first set of features for our FormView component when we come back and we live stream tomorrow. There we go, pushing out all those changes. That's available now on the GitHub repository. You saw me working on it right over here. I will share that link into chat for you. There you go. And I'm going to check off the initial documentation. I haven't finished building that sample web page. We will take a look at that once we have an initial form on it that we can work with. All right. This video, like all my other videos, will be published. It'll be available over on YouTube in a couple days. I'm getting a little bit more aggressive about how quickly I turn things over and get them over to YouTube. There we go. Thank you, Hugo, for the YouTube link. So here's what we're going to do. Yes, Jonathan, I do stream as part of my full-time job. Captions aren't very good most of the time. It should be a little bit better. Alright, let's do this. Here's what we're going to do. Any update on .NET Core? Nothing yet, Eternal Dev Coder. I got a lot of work ahead of me before I can come back and do that. But it's definitely something on our team's agenda that we need to get done. Thank you so much for joining me, friends. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if we can pull a switcheroo real quick here. I'm going to raid you over to Dev Intersection. The channel's not live yet, but after I click that raid button, I'm going to click stop here and start streaming over there with the coming soon while I get everybody loaded in here for the show. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow with more live coding. And I hope you stick around for just a little bit while we raid the Dev Intersection channel and set up for that stream with my friend Richard Campbell. And Leslie Richardson's our guest today, and we're going to talk about no bombs today, and because nobody's over there yet, and you're only coming back to me. And we're going to talk about the debugger today in Visual Studio. We'll see you over there. Dev Intersection. Yes, Richard Campbell. There we go. All right, friends, we'll see you over there in just a few minutes. Take care.